Benjamin Mendy was forced to borrow money from his Manchester City teammates to pay for legal fees. Mendy admitted that his City colleagues were willing to help him and even support his family, while he was involved in a legal process that did not substantiate the allegations against him. The former Manchester City player, Benjamin Mendy, revealed how he faced tough times dealing with legal issues some time ago, to the point of relying on open donations from his Manchester City teammates who financially supported him during a legal battle that apparently cost him a lot of money. Mendy was eventually cleared of all negative accusations and shared how he had to endure that dark period without receiving a salary, as his pay was frozen by Man City during the legal proceedings. Raheem Sterling, Bernardo Silva, and Riyad Mahrez lent me money to help pay my legal fees and support my family, Mendy said. He managed to resist Manchester City's attempts to terminate his contract for a while and ultimately remained with the team, albeit in a frozen state. Now, Mendy has found a new club, Lauren. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has expressed that he does not want to face Barcelona in the Champions League this season. City had a draw against Inter Milan and a resounding 4-0 victory over Slovan Bratislava. The Premier League champions will encounter Sparta Prague, Sporting CP, Feyenoord, Juventus, PSG, and Club Brugge before the knockout stage of the competition. It is likely that Manchester City will face Barcelona in the round of 16, but Guardiola wants to avoid his former club for sentimental reasons. The Champions League has undergone a format change this season, and I don't want to comment much on it, Guardiola stated. Perhaps the affection I had for them has destroyed me. I was born in a small town nearby, and it has never been easy to play against them. I understand that I am just a coach. I think we will only be able to answer that question at the end of the season. Man City prepares $125 million to bring back Cole Palmer. Manchester City surprisingly explores the prospects of repatriating the Chelsea star and new idol Cole Palmer. The England international is enjoying his second season at Stamford Bridge after leaving the Etihad Stadium for the London club, and Palmer's form continues to rise dramatically. He is believed to have become a key player for the Blues. According to Football 24, Man City is ready to swallow its pride and bring back players who were deemed unnecessary last year. Manager Pep Guardiola is breaking the bank to invite Kevin De Bruyne back. The citizens must proceed with caution, as the ideal replacement is considered to be Palmer. Palmer himself has pushed for a new contract with Chelsea until 2033, but it is not a done deal. It is possible he could be tempted to return to the Etihad if a $1 million move is projected to bring back one of the best right-wingers currently. Additionally, the English FA has contacted Pep Guardiola regarding the prospect of replacing Gareth Southgate. Reports from Trillion Sports reveal that the 53-year-old coach is expected to take over next year, coincidentally as Guardiola is set to be out of contract with Manchester City in 2025. According to The Times, Guardiola is currently the top choice for the FA if they wish to recruit a permanent replacement for Gareth Southgate. His reputation remains promising, considering he has never failed to shine while managing Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City. Unfortunately, although the FA has reached out to Guardiola, he has yet to respond because the Citizens strategist has not made a final decision about his future, according to Sports Mole. Regarding the continuation of Guardiola's career, a decision is expected in the coming weeks. If he chooses to leave, he wants to inform the Etihad higher-ups as soon as possible because he still respects the club and doesn't want to rush them into finding a successor. Nevertheless, it is believed that the club's higher-ups still want to offer Guardiola a new contract until the end of the 2025-2026 season, which would mark a decade of his career at City. While reports vary, the Daily Star revealed that Pep Guardiola has ambitions to coach a national team one day, and the English expert, born in 1971, stated that he wants to coach Brazil. While Benjamin Mendy tries to rebuild his life, Manchester City remains the focus of numerous intriguing stories. Pep Guardiola, widely regarded as the best manager of the current era, stands at a crossroads in his career. Speculation about his future grows by the day. On one hand, there's the love and loyalty he has for Manchester City, a club he has transformed into a winning machine. On the other, the possibility of taking over the England national team could represent a new challenge, one that few would expect. But is Guardiola ready to become a national team coach? Managing a club is one thing, but the pressure of leading a national team like England, with its rich history and demanding fan base, is something entirely different. Moreover, would he be willing to leave behind club football, where he feels comfortable, to take on a role with fewer matches, less daily interaction with players, and a completely different dynamic? These questions linger in the air, and Guardiola has not provided any definitive answers. Many believe that if he decides to leave, it will mark the end of an era at Manchester City, and finding someone capable of filling his shoes will be an almost impossible task. Rumors about his potential successor have already begun to circulate, but no one seems equipped to handle the challenge of succeeding Guardiola. On the other hand, Benjamin Mendy, now free from his accusations, is preparing to return to football with a new club. The time he spent away from the pitch, without a salary, and sidelined by City, has left its mark. However, he appears determined to leave the past behind and start anew, hoping to regain the prestige he once had. His story serves as a brutal reminder of how unpredictable football can be, where even the greatest players can find themselves in desperate situations. Meanwhile, the situation at Manchester City regarding Cole Palmer continues to evolve. Palmer, once seen as a promising talent at City, is now shining at Chelsea. But with City willing to pay a fortune to bring him back, the question arises, would Palmer be willing to return to the club that once didn't see the potential he now demonstrates at Stamford Bridge? The relationship between players and clubs is always a two-way street. When Palmer left City, it was in search of more opportunities and recognition. Now, with Chelsea providing him the platform he always desired, would returning to City be a wise decision? Is Manchester City prepared to offer Palmer what he seeks, or would it merely be an attempt to rectify a past mistake? These questions make us reflect on the choices players and managers must make throughout their careers. Mendy, Palmer, Guardiola all face crossroads in their professional lives, and while they make decisions that will define the course of their careers, we, the spectators, stand on the sidelines, watching and waiting to see what will unfold. But what do you think about these stories? Do you believe Palmer should return to Manchester City? Will Mendy be able to reclaim his career after everything he's been through? And Guardiola, is he ready to leave Manchester City for a greater challenge with the England national team, or do you think he should remain at the club until the end of his career? These questions remain unanswered, but one thing is certain. Football is a sport of ups and downs, where nothing is guaranteed, and things can change in an instant. All we can do is keep a close eye, wait, and see how these stories develop. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. We're always curious to know what you think about the big questions in world football. And of course, be sure to subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the latest news and detailed analyses from the sports world. As time goes on, new chapters unfold. Manchester City, for instance, is amidst one of the most challenging phases in its recent history. With the new season of the Champions League approaching, expectations are high. The city faces giants of European football, and Guardiola will need to squeeze the most out of his players to move forward. But will he be able to maintain focus with so much speculation surrounding his future? And could the potential return of Cole Palmer be the ace up City's sleeve needed to win the European competition? Palmer, with his undeniable skill and renewed confidence, could be the difference-maker Guardiola is seeking to overcome heavyweight opponents like PSG, Juventus, and Barcelona. However, is he ready to come back home, or does he prefer to continue crafting his story at Chelsea? These dilemmas intertwine with an even broader scenario. While giant clubs prepare for decisive confrontations, the behind-the-scenes of football never stops buzzing. Players and coaches, no matter how much they try to focus on the field, always have to deal with the rumors and expectations surrounding them. In the end, it is often these invisible factors that can determine the success or failure of a season. So what does the future hold for Manchester City, Guardiola, Mendy, and Palmer? The answers are yet to come, but the path ahead promises to be thrilling.